Hi friends, I hope you guys can hear me okay. There's a little bit of traffic, but it's not too bad. I'm Christina with Ask a Montessorian. I haven't made a video in a little while, and I just wanted to give you guys an update. It's been a busy couple of months. We are in the process of opening a new school here in Prescott. It's a trash truck. I'm gonna pause you guys. Okay, now it's quieter. It's so nice. About an hour ago, I was the only one out here for miles. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. It's so different being in a small town compared to Santa Clarita and La Jolla and Flagstaff. It's just so much more peaceful. I think it has something to do with the fact that we're about 45 minutes off the interstate to the west. Anyhow, and we don't have a big university like Flagstaff. So I'm creating this video just to give you guys an update. We are working on the certificate of occupancy and getting the license with the health department. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done before we open in the fall. Yeah, so it's exciting. I'm a little nervous, you know, anything new is interesting to say the least, but I'm looking forward to being in the classroom again. I'm super excited about that. And so I know you guys love watching me in the videos, but I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see the beauty that is Prescott while I talk to you about what's been going on. I think you guys will like it. So I'm here at Granite Creek Trail, and I've made a commitment to myself to walk every day for about an hour. And this is part of my walk. Absolutely gorgeous. This is one of my favorite restaurants, El Gato Azul. If you get a chance to visit, try the fried avocado. It's amazing. So this up here is Goodwin Street. That's the street that I live on. And coming down here, we've got the creek. It's so beautiful. So anyhow, you have to forgive me because I woke up early the past 2 days, so I'm catching up on sleep. I was traveling and I was in Las Vegas for the weekend. It was a lot of fun. They built this new arena that Greg was asking me all these questions about. It's a sphere and it's incredible. I didn't get a chance to go inside, but next time I'm going to try and go inside it. Anyhow, so I'm a little bit scatterbrained, so just bear with me. We're getting the license. We are going to be located in a church that has a phenomenal amount of room that's so beautiful. It's perfectly situated, not that far from downtown Prescott, and we anticipate having between 50 and 75 children. There will be 2 classrooms, one large classroom that I will be directing for 3 to 6 year olds. Occasionally you'll see a duck in here. It's so cute because we have so many lakes. And they make their way over. My classroom will be closer probably to 50 children, and that will be for 3 and 4 and 5 year olds up until kindergarten. I'm trained through first grade, but a lot of families, unless we have big demand, it's easier for families to go on to kindergarten until we get the charter. Once I'm going to turn around because it's a little bit busier over there so you guys can hear me and see how beautiful it is going this way. So when we get the charter, we'll be going through 8th grade. And I'm working on getting an office space set up so that we can start focusing on getting that into the state and getting it approved. This is my favorite coffee shop over here. It's called Wild Iris. And sometime between when I lived in Flagstaff, during COVID, 2019 or so, 2020 until now, they created this outdoor space with grass and tables. It's really beautiful. And the coffee shop is through those windows right there. So we are just waiting on some remodeling projects that the church is working on. Painting and just some repairs. I'm excited about creating relationships with local community members so that the children can go on at least 2 field trips a month. I realize some of you might be thinking, wait a minute, preschool field trips? So in Montessori, usually the going outs start with 6 to 9-year-olds. However, I don't have a lower elementary classroom yet. We're going to start with primary and build upon that. So my goal is to create outings. In an ideal elementary classroom in Montessori, first of all, you would like 6 to 12-year-olds in the same classroom. If you can model that, that's ideal. Okay, bear with me. There's someone walking. So you want going out sometimes twice a week, up to 3 times a week. One of the schools that I did my student teaching at, and a going out, I use that term broadly because there's going ins and there's going outs, and it's basically an opportunity for the children to practice independence within a prepared environment and practice. It's kind of like advanced practical life for elementary. So the school I did my student teaching at back in 2018 for my elementary training, had a coffee cart for the children, and they set that up. They ran it with an assistant supervising, an assistant teacher supervising, but they primarily ran it themselves, and it was very successful. So that gives you an example of a going out, even though they do it in the school parking lot, and it involves parents and grandparents and part of the school community, not necessarily the public. And then down in the valley, there's a Montessori school that it's called Desert Garden. They have an organic cafe, and they open it to the public, and the children work in the cafe, and it's run by a staff member, but it's a great opportunity for the children to gain advanced practical life skills. So when I was leading my primary classroom in Phoenix, I took a small group of children to the library because we were only a block away from the Burton Bar Library downtown. And I would take 2 different groups in the afternoon. And you start with the small number because I'm guiding the children and teaching them grace and courtesy and how to behave on field trips and whatnot, because it's a process, let me tell you. And it's important for them to understand safety above all else when you're in public, and there's so many different possibilities, different things that can happen. So you want to make sure that you keep the children safe above all else. So I started with a small group, and we went to the library once a week. 6 children. We did 2 different trips to the library. So my goal is to start connecting with the local community here in Prescott and set up beginning practical life experiences for them so they can get a feel for that independence. Because until we get our elementary program off the ground, their chances are the children will be going into either a public school or a local private school, charter or district school. So they're not going to have access to a going out program. So I want them to be able to experience it. And then, of course, one of my goals with parent help is to have a strong parent education community, family education community, so that I can help families learn how to help the children from home. Okay, you're gonna get to see some of the absolutely gorgeous Victorians here because they're my favorite. So I want the children to be able to experience going out at a young age. And I already have experience in helping the 4 and 5-year-olds, having, directed my own primary classroom and worked at other Montessori schools. So I'm excited to offer at least 2 field trips a month, and we're going to see how it goes. This is now a wedding chapel. I think that it's still here. There is a company or an organization called Church on the Street, and they used to be housed here, and they had a big homeless community. And then between when I was in Flagstaff in California and now, someone purchased it and turned it into a wedding chapel, and possibly, I haven't done the research, but it may be a vacation rental as well, because you've got a couple of different buildings on the property. It's really beautiful. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So I'm going to come over here and we're going to check out this Victorian. This is one of my favorites. Favoritists of the favorites. It's been here, I don't know, since the early 1900s or the late 1800s. And it's been a business since I was born here. As far as I know, it's been the same business since I was born here in 1979. Absolutely gorgeous. See, and one of the going outs with the children can be as simple as a walking field trip. We talk about walking in practical life in Montessori, and walking to talk about the history of Prescott and looking at the architecture and the homes. It's a funeral home. And there's a beautiful one over there that's pretty big, and that's offices. It's been converted to business offices. And then you have this pink one. It's been pink since I was a little girl, since I can remember. It's so cute. They even have the doily curtains. There's another one over there. So I can understand why people from Southern California move here to Prescott, because it gives me the feeling of South Pasadena. It's just so beautiful here, and you can't beat the weather. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed partaking on my walk with me this morning. And from the corner, there's one up there, but this one over here is another one of my favorites. It's hard to see through the trees, but it's that whole corner lot there. You've got the tire swing, and so stay tuned, and on my next walk I will show you that house. You guys can join me. Feel free to ask a Montessorian if you're struggling with anything when it comes to pregnancy through 12 years old. I may be able to help you. And my girlfriend took the AMI 12 to 18 training, so I can ask her if you have any adolescent inquiries. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please forgive the fact that I'm recovering from my trip in Las Vegas and just putting my thoughts together. I've got a lot on my mind. I wish you guys all a wonderful Wednesday, and yeah, thank you for coming on my walk with me.